I just want to start from the beginning, really. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing and your introduction to boxing.
My upbringing, well, when I was a kid, what do you want to start from the kid?
Yeah, so sort of your childhood and your introduction into boxing.
Well, I was always athletic inclined. I like football, basketball, baseball. I played all of those. And then what happened is I dropped out of school, so you don't need it to go to school to play, the box. You had to go somewhere else. So I went to the gym and I started learning how to box, and I liked it. And I took then I took over from there. For
So,
the amateurs, 20, I hit the amateurs 23 fights. I won 22 of them, and after that, I turned pro and went professional.
what was the reason for turning professional? Was there a particular catalyst behind it?
No, I like boxing. I was always athletic inclined. I like boxing the best. And when I dropped out of school, that's what I took. I took boxing.
And how old were you when you started boxing?
I don't know. I was doing this when I was younger too, because the boys and girls club, and I I don't know, I was probably 11, 12, 13, but then I quit, then I started back, quit. And then I dropped out of school, so I liked boxing, so I just did that for pastime.
Now, early on in your career, you was a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, and it was once quoted as saying that you learnt a lot during those sessions, but you held your own. Talk to me about those experiences as a young man.
Yeah, well, you want to learn how to fight, you got to start with the best. So I asked Ali to give me a job as his sparring partner, and he says to me, "Can you take it?" I said, "Yeah, I can take it." So he gave me a job, he trusted me out for a couple of weeks, and then I was okay for him, and that was it. And then next thing you know, I had a job. And same thing with Joe Frazier. And, the room was out that the word was out that I was a good boxer, and I worked with Ali and Joe Frazier them, and I got it. I was make a good sparring partner. But that my intention was not to be a good sparring partner. My intention was to make some money and box with the best fighters and learn from them as I can, and that's what I did.
What was the key thing that you did learn from them?
You learn how to jab, you learn how to duck punches, and just watch them. Just anything that comes to boxing, like Ali, I used to do a rope-a-dope. I learned how not to do that because I didn't want to stay up on the ropes to get hit. But I just learned everything I can learn from Muhammad Ali. I stayed at his camp. I ate there. He took care of me, and that was okay.
And just sort of looking back and reflecting on your career, what would you say would be your highlights of your career?
The highlight of my career was June 9th, 1978, when I fought Kenny Norton for the championship of the world at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. 15 rounds of fighting. It was a great fight. I mean, they gave me 1 point. I won by 1 point, but I thought I wanted to buy a little bit more of that.
I was going to say,
after I beat Kenny Norton, that was it. That made me open the door for the rest of it.
So going into the last round, the judges' scorecards had it dead even. So I'm assuming you didn't feel that way going into the last.
I didn't feel that I was even going in because I was beating it with the jab and the right hand combinations. but he put a lot of pressure on me. He applied pressure, and I thought I wanted to fight by more, but Kenny Norton thought he wanted to fight. So, but that's the way boxing is. I won, and then I won 47 more fights after that. No championship fights.
Do you remember how it felt after that Norton fight when your arm was lifted?
I was happy because a lot of people said that I couldn't do it. They said I would never be champion, and I proved it to them that I could be champion by beating the best fighters in the world. And Ken Norton was one of them. He was the first one.
And then just a couple of years later, you actually defended the title against your former sparring partner Ali, who came out of retirement again. How did that feel?
It felt good boxing Ali because I knew what he can do. I knew because I aspired with him. I aspired with him. I knew what he can do. And his jab was like my jab. His jab was fast. My jab was a little bit faster. I didn't take punches. I would beat him to the punches. And I was doing that while I was training with him. But when I got in the fight, I had to do the same thing. So that's what made me become the champion of the world.
And talk to me a little bit about your fight against Jerry Cooney.
Jerry Cooney was a big guy. Still is. Big guy, strong, punches good, he had it going. He had everything going, but I had more experience. I was quicker than he was. And, I took the punches that he had. And, I knew that I could beat him. I knew that I could beat Jerry Cooney. But it was the white-black thing. White folks want the white man to win, and black folks want the black man to win. And I knew I wanted to win, and I knew Jerry Cooney, because it was a racial thing. A lot of people wanted Jerry Cooney to win because he's white. And a lot of people want me to win. And I came out victoriously.
With all the racial overtones to the bout, did that dampen the win, or did that dampen the build-up at all?
Yeah, that build up by, I guess, promoters. Don King and Dennis Rappaport and them build it up like that to get the most out of the fight. Because that was the biggest payday that Jerry and I had to fight each other.
And then you relinquished your WBC title. After that, there's a few issues there regarding a fight with Marvis Fraser, and then Greg Page was involved. What's your take on that and your side of that?
There were easy fights, so, and I was paying a lot of money, so I wanted to take the easiest way out. I wanted to fight easy. I'll fight hard. It all depends how much money they would pay me, and they would pay me a lot of money, to fight Marvis Fraser, because they wanted to make it like a fight because Joe Frazier was there and he was training his son, and his son fought like him, and they made a big thing out of it. But it was nothing really big as far as I'm concerned, because he fought like his dad, and I was good at fighting his dad because I was training his dad, so I knew how he had to fight. But he wasn't strong enough to fight me. Should have waited a couple of years, and then maybe he could have been all right.
Your first professional loss was Michael Spinks. How did that feel to suffer your first loss when you was on the mark of or on the breach of breaking a record?
They didn't want me to break his record. That's why, they called it. They gave it to him. I know I beat him. He knows I beat him. Everybody knows I beat him. But that's the way boxing is. So, I did what I had to do. And me, so that's the way it was.
And then, after that, you fought some great names. Mike Tyson, Ray Mercer, Evander Holyfield, Oliver McCall. Who's been the toughest opponent you've had?
The toughest fight I had in boxing was Kenny Norton, June 9th, 1978. He was the best fighter.
And since boxing, since retiring, what have you been up to? I know you had a few businesses, restaurants, nightclubs. What did that this day and age? What are you doing nowadays?
Well, now I just sold my businesses, my restaurants and stuff. I sold those, and what I do is make a lot of parents. People call me, like you call me, and ask me to come to England, wherever you may be, and you offer me a price. I come over there and stay a couple of days, sign autographs, take pictures, and that's how I get paid. You pay the expenses and stuff like that, and people come out and see me. So that's what I do. I do that now.
Do you still have a big love and passion for the sport?
Yeah, I like boxing. I like it, but I like to watch heavyweight, big guys. I like to watch big guys fight, and there ain't been too many big guys fighting lately. So I don't watch it like I used to. But they got a lot of little guys fighting, and they're good fighters. But I don't follow them. I don't follow guys like that.
How do you think you would do against the heavyweights of today?
Well, I'm 70 years old, so
in your prime.
But listen, in my prime, you wouldn't hear of these guys. Man. We beat these guys up. We beat them up. They didn't have the ability that we have, but they would have given us a pretty good fight. But when you got guys like Kenny Norton, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, Ron Lyle, Larry Holmes, got a lot of good fighters out there when I was fighting. Today, no contest.
Just finally, last question for you, Larry. Do you see many changes between boxing from when you was boxing to now? You mentioned all those names that, boxing seemed to be tougher back then.
Well, it's not many changes. It's the rules a little bit, change a little bit. The guys are making more money than I made, and that's the way it is, But, there's not too much changing. The rules mainly the same, and these guys are fighting the same way, But they couldn't stand a chance when I was fighting. When I was fighting, when Sugar Ray Leonard was here out there, Marvin Hagler was out there, no contest.
Absolutely, it's a great era for the boxing. Larry, that's everything I wanted to cover with you. I don't want to keep you for too long. I appreciate your time today.